a bunch of tomatoes, and because it's been so humid and wet, I need to get them in because they may spoil. So I'm going to pick what's close to ready. So here we go. All right, first is some grape tomatoes. A lot of them. These are volunteer tomatoes that I brought on over. They were growing in the potatoes, and I dug them up, brought them over in this new raised bed, and they're really doing good. And the corn's silking out. The tomatoes way up high. Okay. These look like more cherry-like. Okay, I'm gonna go reach over here and get these bigger ones. Kind of look. Oh boy. Oh, there's another red one. And here's one on the ground. Oh, I'll just let that go. Hope it don't rot. Okay. Here's some more. See if YouTube will let me have some viewers this time. Okay, over here. Here's some more. All right, here's some. Getting the bottom filled up. I got a viewer for now. And I'm picking tomatoes. Ooh, look at those. Those are getting big. They look like mushroom baskets. And these are getting so tall, and I'm running out of trellis. So I think they're just gonna have to flop down. I don't see many more. Gonna be. Oh, here's a bunch here. And that one viewer's hanging in there. Oh, that one left. So. Okay. Nice morning. Okay, I think I got those. Like and subscribe and get in the chat. That's all I can say. Look at all the dew on the grass. And I can't mow because it's been raining in the afternoon most of the time. It's very uncomfortable mowing. You just have to be. We're supposed to cool off here this coming weekend. I might get to mowing, but okay. I've gone through that pretty good. All right. Let's go to this other raised bed and pick these early girls. And they've been very nice and productive. Let's see. I don't see any more there. There's one here. Okay. Now these here are these aromas, and they kind of quit because of, I think they were a determinant, but they're starting to grow again a little. And it was really hot and dry at one point. And they're kind of 7 inches of rain will do that. Get things motivated to grow. And this one's growing from the base a little bit, so I'll have to wrangle that one. Okay, keep going. This is kind of, oh boy, that's all one big tangle. I gotta have to read. Okay. I'm gonna have to get some wire and get this tied up to the post again, the pole again. Oh, that's a big one. That's a good sized one. And an itty bitty Roma. Boy, make sure I get them all. Oh, there's one down there. Find a wood picket. Let's see. Well, I don't really see any more unless they're in this. Okay, I'll look a little bit more because I need to get these. That look like a Roma bitty one. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna switch to I forgot to switch to turn the video, hopefully. Okay, now we're on cellular, and it's more even. Oh boy. I don't see any in there. It's a mess. Yeah, that's next time over here, I gotta tie this up. Oop, I gotta hold it. That one's. I'll look up her skirt. Okay, I got those. Oh, there's one that's kind of turning on the Romas. Well, actually, there's 3 here. Oh, there's some ripe ones over there. You got a viewer. Feel free to chat. Almost missed these. Like 4 of them, 5 of them. Okay. All right. And look at this watermelon patch taking over the raised bed. I wish it would take over and put some more watermelons on. Let's see. Hey, I see a little one. How did I? I'll go down there and look. Okay, these, I got them picked. Oh, there we go. There's a watermelon. But look at these vines. They're all over. Oh my gosh, they're definitely gonna take over this bed on the upper end, and then they're going down here, the lower bed, and here's a watermelon. I wonder if it's still growing. And when these little curl things dry up, that's when they're usually ripe. But I don't see any other small ones. I'm gonna look at, there is a tomato in here. I'm gonna see if there's any ripe ones. Where is that originator? Right here. Where's our tomatoes? Oh, there's a few riper ones. Yeah, I picked a green one. Let's see. This tomato started growing here, and it was right next to a potato plant, and I couldn't dig it. And because I would dig up potatoes, and the potatoes got ready, and I dug them by hand. I had to pull the potatoes out from the roots of this tomato and leave the tomato, and it worked. Okay, got those. Now go around to the main garden. And Sweetwater Creek, it was up to this fence a couple days ago after a big 2-inch rain. And my lawn needs mowing. That lawn over there is the neighbors, and they don't mow it. They mowed it once this year, and I'm just gonna have to get on my lawn. Okay, and here's a volunteer tomato that grew into the sweet potato patch, and there's another one. At least he didn't split. And this tomato kind of yellowed up for some reason, and now I think it's starting to say, it rained a lot and I'm gonna get going again. All right, here's my corn patch, my 4th corn. There's some ready to pick. There's some big ears on this upper end. Yeah, may skip it today. I don't know. Let's see if I have time. YouTube is shutting my viewers down. I don't know why. Ooh, this one split bad. This has got to go in the fridge and sit for a while. I just made chili yesterday, so it's going to be 4 more days. I'm going to pick that one. It's just turning. Oh, barely turning. Made chili yesterday, another split one. Oh, and it was a good batch. It was yummy. There's some. I'm going to pick whatever's just barely turning because of all this humidity and stuff going on that will make them rot on very quickly. That must be 2 different tomatoes. That looked like a purple Cherokee, and here is just this other random, kind of looks like a mushroom basket. So I'll get that one too. Boy, that's just barely turning. And I think there's one here. Ooh, it's got a split. Go on this side. This row here is volunteer that I just brought in from wherever. Probably was a compost pile. And it looks, I got a viewer. Need a thumbs up. I'm gonna try to drag this in one-handed back in the cage. Will you slow? Oh, what was that? See, it's back in. Oh, this is the one that fell over yesterday. I'll probably have to break down and bring the steel posts and drive them in the ground and tie up these tomatoes. They're starting to really get out of hand over here. And here is a rest of my garden, or some of it. Oh, I know there's some tomatoes in this tomatillo row. Tomatillos got watered a couple days ago. A big old, it was like a river coming down through here, and even on both sides of the row, it was flooding. So, oh, there's that. Here's the tomato. And this is probably, I saw these yesterday, said, and I thought, well, I better pick tomatoes. Those are getting way too ripe to be outside. And that's it, I guess. Oh, is that the same plant? Tomato here, tomato there. I'm gonna look. I'll show some better. I'm trying to pick nightshades and show, but those are pretty good. A little tart. Nightshades, they came in on the birds too, most likely. And I've got them all throughout the garden now. And they're a nice snack while I'm doing stuff. go over this tomato row. And this is supposed to be a cabbage row that I harvested all these, and usually with these cabbages they'll keep growing and bloom, but these are just dying because there's too much humidity and lots of molds and stuff are around. And I'll get some time and I'll just hoe these out. I'm gonna pick this side this time first, this row, and a Roma with a hole. That's a big Roma. I hope that, gotta watch that hole for getting rotten. Yeah. Well, there's one there. Oh. Well, be next year's volunteer. That one's just too rotten to mess with. If there's some rotten on one, I'll cut the good part of the tomato and use the other. A lot of time I'll take pieces of tomato and freeze them and use them when I'm cooking or something. As a viewer, at least people are kind of coming in, looking around and looking at these early girls being picked. Oh, pretty nice. That's yeah, those are nice. And here's some over here. Ooh, that's a rotten one. That's what I'm picking. This is what I'm picking. And that one's got a hole in it. That one might go directly in the fridge. There's some, I'll show some bell peppers when I get it. Is this one turning? Yeah, that one's good enough. There's not a lot of little tomatoes. That heat wave kind of stopped the pollination or whatever, or there was lack of flowers. These peppers are finally getting above everything to get a little morning sunlight. These here are serranos, and the serrano is chin high plant. He may get head high. I'll look at these. This pepper plant's got quite a few. I thought there was like 4 or 5. Oh well, let's look at this one. You got there's a pepper, sweet peppers, sweet bells, and here's a volunteer tomato that decided it was in this hill of peppers, and it just got huge, and it's starting to shade them out, shade up my peppers. So there's going to be definitely stuff to harvest, but what's going to be harvested is a good question. This pepper here doesn't have it. It's just starting to bloom. And that one is, that's my slow pepper. It had bug trouble early and it set it behind, and now it's still behind. Oh, well, that was not good. Get all these off the ground. That one I might cut a piece out of. I don't know why. Let's see. And there's some peppers. I gotta tie this up. Oh, that's from over there. Don't break. I'll try to lean it over here. Yeah. Well, I think we got them all, sort of. The first look. I need some chats. I miss chats. I don't know what's going on. These are, the plant's pretty much dead, so I'll just pick them. So that's all for them. Phew. Oh, I gotta look at this volunteer. I don't see any on it. This volunteer really had a lot, and now it's got a lot of green ones though. Oh, I might have to take a fence post or steel post on you and prop you up. I don't like this, I don't know. This pepper looks a little droopy. Like it's getting tired of the wet weather. So that's the end of them. We'll go to the upper garden, and I got a lot of my garden that's fallow, and I need to weed this bottom end, but it's just too wet to get out here and dig up weeds, and they'll just regenerate. Okay. Just can't mow lawn when it's just soaked. And my broccoli, it decided to quit. Just too much humidity. Just like the cabbage, it's been really wet and lots of molds and stuff. But these beans are taking off again. They quit putting beans on. Oh, I missed a couple here. They quit putting beans on after, what was it? Around the 1st of July, it got real hot, and they quit putting beans on, and now they're got a lot of blossoms, so they may, let's see where I'm gonna go. This was a completely weedy area, and well, this is where my lettuce is a completely weeded area, weedy, and I demolished the weeds the other day. Then it rained on them a lot. Rained on this a lot. That'll help rot it down. Okay, and here is another row of these. This potato doesn't want to stop. Usually it's like it's got its third run of foliage, and I'm not going to dig it until it shows where I'm going to have to dig them, because potatoes might rot in this kind of weather. And here's the volunteer pepper I brought up. And it's not really blooming yet. It looks good. It's not really blooming yet. And here's a volunteer watermelon that I brought over here. And another watermelon that's starting to really get going. And this is like a rescue row, rescue plants. And I just, in this row was the overwinter cabbage, where I had cabbages growing all winter. And those been dug out, and I put these plants here to fill the spot. Now let's see. Now look at this tomato. Not much foliage at all, but plenty of tomatoes. Ooh, that one's cracked like crazy. I probably can put that and watch it every day. This one, well, ooh, that one's got a rotten spot. See, that's why you get them inside. Yeah, I'll have to cut that and freeze it, because it'll just keep rotting. So quit doing this. I better get this one then, because stuff happens. That's a nice one. I'll pick that one. These kind of are like maybe a purple Cherokee. Ooh, that one's got a big split. Well, when you get 40 inches of water coming down, and it's definitely been 40 inches of water rushing through or so, those tomatoes will expand and split easily. Well, I'll look at, now that one's turning. That one I'll pick too. So this plant here really, those I'll let be. So it's going to be pretty good. Which one is, oh. Yeah, here's my last transplant tomato. It looks like a small tomato's going to be on it. And it came, that Japanese maple was under that tree, just barely growing, and I had a spot, and I brought him over, and it's thanking me for giving it a chance. Okay. That one doesn't have many. And this is like that other one. It's got a lot of tomatoes and very little foliage. You know, other years when this garden was really shaded in the morning, now it's not. I cut trees, the neighbors cut trees, and I get good morning sun for a good 3 to 4 hours on the whole garden, and then I get a good 5 hours of afternoon sun. So we got it made in the sun. Got it made in the sun. Okay. And well, what I was saying, I would have a tomato 8 foot high, and there'd be no tomatoes on it, and it was frustrating. Now, this is what I like, a half dozen tomatoes, that a knee-high tomato with just loaded with tomatoes. So who needs the foliage when the tomatoes are willing to just load up on a small plant? Okay, this is the compost area, and these are tomatoes that I left grow here, and they're kind of winding down, or I think they're gonna be growing tomatoes until frost probably, but whew. And my indoor tomato, it died. This one died. And I'm picking these little green ones, so I don't know why, just picking them, because they'll just rot out here. And got lots of, there is not many tomatoes here. Here's my weed tomato. It's still got a few. There's a split one I'll just pick. Let's see. That's some skill there. my egg grabbing hand. I probably can get 3 to 4 eggs in my hand when gathering eggs, and I still have that. You just kind of roll them down the hand to the thumb and hold them, and you keep picking. Oh, you failed. There's some more. Boy, there's going to be a lot of, I think it's going to be a lot of cut-ups today. But I expected that. It's been really wet. Just cut them up and freeze them and then use them in the next chili. Now this one looks like that one's like it's rotting internally. It's got a black spot and it looks like it's rotting from the inside out, and that happens. That might be something to Google. Why do tomatoes rot from the inside? They may suck up pathogens in the, that's a good question. Oh boy. And here's a squash that was climbing up the tomatoes, and I threw it down to grow, hopefully. Oh, the squash around here have been disappointing. Just really wet and muggy and hot. And except this butternut squash, that's the second run of squash from that hill. And there may be a third run too. And there were, what's this, an Asian squash that, well, I got a couple off of it, but they're the wrong color. They're mixed with pumpkin. And I had a zucchini hill here, and it didn't do, I got one zucchini, and I made zucchini bread out of it. But then the plants died, just too much of everything. And I don't know about planting more zucchini because of what will happen. I may get time and give it a shot, research it, see if zucchini grow in the fall. There's another one. Yeah, they were pretty. They're pretty much picked through. Give it a second look. Okay. Okay, I got there too. Go over here to this beefsteak row, and I don't know if I'll just pick them green ones or not. Phew. I'm glad I weeded the other day. This was all grassy and weedy. I can see the grass is starting to grow again out of but that'll be easier to just, you hit it with a hoe and you get it hoed up. Just keep on banging on it. And this is a beefsteak row, and I probably should just pick these. This plant is, I think it died. So I'll just pick them all. Now I I put these plants in March 1st, and I had to cover them one time because of, frost. Actually, a real hard freeze, and I kept them alive. Yeah, I'm picking them. But some of these here, I'll leave that one. They're starting to grow foliage again, and they may produce something later on. I mean, there's 2 of them dead out of 8. There's 6 plants that are trying to grow again, and the tomatoes are pretty much gone. Yeah, that one's grown from the bottom, and there's a sprig up here. So I'm gonna go over to the neighbors in her last year's garden bed that she'd let go this year and see if there's some tomatoes over there. On Sunday and no viewers, something's going on. I need some people from around the world to chat with, but I don't know what's going on. Okay, these are ripening. Oh, that one's split, and okay. She's got a ragweed garden here. That's really nice. Last year, I brought some volunteer tomatoes over here because I had no more room in my garden. And these are probably hers. These are probably her Romas. Well, they look like grape tomatoes, so they might be just grape tomatoes. And there's a few. If I see them, I pick them. Yeah, that's one. Here's one. Oof. That's nice. Oh my gosh. That is terrible. Okay. Might look over here. There was a branch. Oh my gosh, that's just like hide and seek. I don't see any. I see tomatoes there, but green. Okay, I got those. Kind of what? $48, $408. Hello, yay. Yeah, that was retarded. I forgot to switch back from camera. Oh crap. I knew that could happen. Raccoon got my corn. So I'm gonna have to pick this today and pick the other. Man, there was an ear down here, and oh boy. Once you go to the fields, not my garden, that's bad. Okay, I'm gonna go away. That was really a disappointment. Oh, the coons got me finally. Yeah, he needs a shower and a shave. In Jim Miller's Garden, thanks for watching. It was, I don't know what YouTube is doing, but they're really cutting these viewers down. Or it's I don't think it's my material, because I would get 300 views normally. Now, hardly any. So thanks for watching Jim Miller's Garden, and I may make another video. I need to get this coon trapped. I'll get him. Thanks for watching. All right, later.